So following on from my move video I did, here's a couple of titles that I picked up with it. Now, I'll show you why I bought them for these somewhat unreasonable prices and why I went to HMV, which is a bad idea. And that's because I was looking for Resident Evil Gold, Resident Evil 5 Gold with the move support and the 2 expansions built in it. And although I managed to find the original Resident Evil 5 for $9.99 and the collector's edition for the same price, second-hand game, I just wanted this version. And it was 20 quid in HMV, which is a complete rip-off. But it was in 2 for 30, so I thought, well, if I'm willing to pay a tenner for the original version, then I'm happy to pay 15 for the gold edition with the extra content and, like I say, the move support. The box is not empty. So yeah, I picked that up, and of course, because it was 2 for 30, I got the other game you just saw in focus with it, which I'll talk about in a minute. But Resident Evil 5 is an interesting one for me. I was one of those that really sort of mourned the loss of the survival horror aspects of it, and it kind of disappointed me that it was just such a straight-up action game. It really did. In fact, you know, when I finished this game, I was just honestly annoyed with it, and that's all through expectation. That's not really. I mean, it's a good action game. It really is. But at the same time, it's a good action game. I feel the same way about this as I did sort of God of War 3, which is it's just another iteration of something that's done before, only somehow just with something missing, like a little bit of the soul sort of stripped away. And more so this than God of War 3. This really, I don't know, even like everything about this game just annoyed me. The whole Jill thing, like why the hell is that? Just like such a ridiculous fan of Resident Evil to the nth degree, and it's probably just me. But things like why the hell was her hair blonde, and like the ending, and the things in the game that happened with some of the characters, like what they did with Wesker, and just like you know, not I'm going to keep this spoiler free, but the ending of the game, it just the whole point in that ending, I guess, is to say that this is final. This is how this one section of this one storyline, this whole story curve ends here. But it's like seeing someone get hit by a car in a film and then it cuts to black. You know, did they really die? And it just felt like such an insult. Also, it didn't have Shinji Mikami at the helm, and to me, you could just really feel that there was just zero innovation. But after all that whining, you're probably wondering, then why the hell have you picked it up again? And it is because I had so much fun with Resident Evil 4 on the Wii that I just really wanted to play through this with the move controls, because I know it just makes it so much more enjoyable for me. For what little time I've put in it, it's immediately more enjoyable. And now, you know, it's a year later or whatever, and my expectations aren't an issue anymore. I know what this game is, and now I can probably sit down and enjoy it for what it is, and not just be disappointed with the fact that it's not very Resident Evil-y, as it were. What's particularly cool about this, and to me what was a redeeming feature for Capcom when they put it out, was the extra add-ons. Now, what's what I'm talking about? Lost in Nightmares. Basically, it's almost like a tiny bit of it's like a tribute to the original Resident Evil. You've got just loads of atmosphere, incredible lighting, a mansion that looks just like the original one from the original Resident Evil, and you know, you get all the other DLC as well, including the extra sort of add-on pack, which I didn't bother to play because it's just more sort of Resident Evil 5. But that Lost in Nightmares, if you haven't played that, then and you were disappointed with Resident Evil 5, give that a shot. I mean, I imagine if you like me, it's probably hard to convince you that if you didn't like Resident Evil 5, that anything can sort of recapture the glory, as it were. But that one most certainly does, and it's well worth a shot. But yeah, that's, you know, Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, which is in there, and I really look forward to playing through it. I can't wait to play through Lost in Nightmares again, so I have played through it before with the move controllers. That's still going to be really cool. But yep, it was 2 for 30, so the other game I got for effectively £15 was BlazBlue Continuum Shift. Now, the reason I got this is basically because it was the only game in that offer that was really just any good. Or at least really good for some kind of value. All the other games are really old. And I did like the original BlazBlue, didn't really get into it, but as you know, I've got the Super Street Fighter 4 arcade stick, and I like to have a good bash on that every now and then, so this seemed like the ideal thing to get for it. So yeah, it's, you know, it's an iterative 2D beat 'em up, I should say iterative 2D beat 'em up one-on-one fighter game. So as you can imagine, more characters, more levels, more music, more moves and enhancements and what have you. But yeah, if you haven't played the BlazBlue games, they're from the creators of the Guilty Gear series. and they're just some crazy ass shit. You just get some heavy metal music, some just awesome looking character designs, and the animation's absolutely beautiful. I mean, probably the highest quality sort of 2D animated game there is. The only thing that can hold a candle to it is King of Fighters 12, but unfortunately that game was lacking on the content side. But yeah, if you like your 2D beat 'em ups and you don't mind edging a bit towards sort of Marvel versus Capcom levels of crazy, it's not as insane as those, but it's definitely more over the top than something like Street Fighter 4. So if that sounds like your sort of cup of tea, then
5, 4, 7,